Also be going live on YouTube. Okay, so anybody of your friends who want to possibly see the session, you find it interesting, you can just ask them to go on YouTube and they would be able to see the session there. All right, so let's start the session without any further ado. Welcome everyone. This is Sanika Mate. I am. Oh, okay, so without any further ado, this is Sanika Mate. I am your friend, your mentor, and your guide. Today we are here with the Campus Insider series, and today episode we would be talking about the much questioned program, which is the IIM Bangalore BBA Digital Business Entrepreneurship, which is also called the BBA DBE. Okay, so without wasting any further time, I am so happy to introduce you guys to our three panelists, okay, with amazing profiles. And I'm sure you would be interested to know more about them. So, let's just start quickly. All right, Suhani, starting with you.
Yeah, so hello everyone. I'm Sohani Tiwari. A little about myself. I completed 10th standard from Greenwich Education Academy, which is a school located in Thakur Village, Mumbai. And I scored about 98%. And by scoring that, I wanted to pursue arts, and therefore I joined Xavier's, which is in Mumbai, and with a 12th percentage of about 90%. So during that period, I basically realized that my interest mainly lie in marketing, mainly the visual aspect of it. So like photography, videography, how to present a product, and those particular type of details. And that is why I joined NMIMS BBA, Bachelor's of Business Administration, along with a digital degree of IMB, BBA DBE.
Fantastic. So, you are also pursuing your BBA degree from NMIMS and you are pursuing your double BBA, which is from IIM Bangalore DBE as well, which is very interesting. I'm sure I have a lot of questions for you, Shiva. I know Suhani there asking about the balance. Okay. So we would come back to you on that. Next, Rishit, please go ahead and introduce yourself, Rishit.
Hi, I'm Rishit Gunjikar. I completed my schooling at New Horizons College School, that is in Thane. I scored around 91% in class 10, but around 75% in class 12. Cut me some slack. I did physics, chemistry, maths with economics, that too at CBSE school. So I think, yeah. So I prepared at IMS for from 2022 to 2024, focusing on the top management entrance exams. I'm currently pursuing the BBA Digital Business and Entrepreneurship program at IIM Bangalore. And I also hold a seat at NMIMS Mumbai, where I secured an All India merit rank of 99. And I'm passionate about communication, startups, and strategy. I enjoy taking part in leadership activities, building things from scratch, and turning ideas into impact. Over to you, ma'am.
Fantastic. That is something, that is some profile. And I'm definitely keen to know, Rishit, that how exactly the balance works. Okay. Uh, Not last, okay, last but not the least, Dhruv, can you please introduce yourself to the to
Hello,
the
ma'am. Hello,
audience?
everyone. I am Dhruv Bagla from Thane, Mumbai, same as Rishit. I also completed my 12th from New Horizons Scholar School. I got 94% in 10th and 90% in 12th. I gave all the IPMAT examinations. I got 209 in IPMAT Indore. I missed the sectional cutoff by 1 mark. I gave the Rohtak interview, Ranchi interview, but could not clear the interviews. I gave the DBE exam and cleared. So I'm now currently pursuing BBA in Digital Business and Entrepreneurship from IIM Bangalore. I completed my FRM Part 1 last year, currently pursuing my CFA program. My attempt is in August. And my hobbies are playing the piano and reading books. That's me.
Wow. One thing is very clear that your profiles, all three of you, is commendable. Okay. Now, I am sure all the students, all the parents who have joined here have IIM Bangalore as their dream. It has definitely, a good reason behind it. Okay. What I'm going to do is I first want to understand students who are going to, parents who are watching us on Zoom and students and parents who are watching us on YouTube. I want to quickly understand if you know about this program. It's just a 1-year-old program. Do you know anything about the program? Yes or no in the in the YouTube comment section would help, and people on Zoom can just raise their hand for me to understand, you know, clearly. You okay? Fine. A lot of you are not aware of what exactly the program is. Okay. But no worries. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys with a little information because I somewhere kind of understood that possibly you guys are not aware of it. Okay. So I have made sure that I have some information with me, just a basic one, for you to understand what exactly the admission process is. So in case if you want to consider this, you can always consider, because the deadline for this particular program is on the 17th of June. Okay, so let's start with understanding what the program is. Okay, the program is the IIM Bangalore's BBA DBE, one of the most renowned, dreamt about invitation. I mean, if you would have heard about the phrases like IIM ABC, the B stands for Bangalore. Okay, this is something which is the most aspirant, or one of the most aspired institution we have. Now let's understand what exactly this particular institution and why it is really being aspired. So let's understand the basic first before we know the context we are talking about. Okay, so IIM Bangalore BBA DBE, what exactly it is all about. All right, basically it's the first ever UG program which IIM Bangalore have launched. This particular program is IACTE approved, which means that in case if you are looking at doing this particular program and then looking out, so you would be job ready. It will be acceptable by the by the companies, and it will be acceptable even if you want to do a postgraduate post this. Okay, this particular program is a 3-year BBA equivalent launched to in 2024, which is last year. What it is focusing on digital and entrepreneurial focus. The curriculum blends very well with tech and startup skills and management skills. It has flexible exits. If you are aware of the NEP 2020, which is National Education Policy, you guys would also be aware it provides you an option of exiting first year with a certificate, second year with a diploma, and third year with a degree. Good part and the best part, which I have heard from the students, that there are no interviews. This particular institute allows you to take admission based on the entrance test or the scores for CUET or the JEE scores. So in case if you have given the JEE, if you have your JEE scores, you have the opportunity to study in the hallows of IIM Bangalore. Most importantly, it's an online program. Okay, it's not something which allows, not a residential program which normally IIM offers. It's an online program. How it will be delivered, what exactly the nitty-gritties are, I'm sure our panelists will enlighten us with that. Okay, let's move ahead. Affordable IIM education. So if you look at this 3 years, whatever it's spent, what you do, it's 1,25,000 per year fees. It works out around 4.5 lakh fee, waivers available as per the reserved category. So overall, for less than a 5 lakh, you get yourself an IIM degree, a IIM Bangalore degree, which definitely has value. Now let's understand the eligibility criteria. We definitely spoke about the entrance test, JEE and CUET, but there are certain things more to it. Okay, so if you are a student who have appeared for CUET, or JEE, watch this very clearly. Okay, first basic rule: you need to clear your 10th. Okay, second, you need to have your 12 scores. The 12th, as per the category, these are the percentage minimum requirement for you to apply for the program. Okay, and as of now, this particular program from IIM Bangalore is only available for Indian citizens and not overseas. So if you are an Indian citizen, you can apply. Admission routes, you can choose any one. First is through the IIM DBE entrance test, And the second one is through a valid score of CUET, UG, which is section 3, which is normally called the General Aptitude Test, also called as GAT, or the second one is the JEE main score. Now, these scores will be valid for 23, 24, and 25. Now, let's see the admission process. Okay, the admission process is pretty simple. We just mentioned, I'm just reinstating this for you guys to remember. Okay, the admission process is through the entrance test. The entrance test is happening in July. Okay, I would provide you with the date as well. However, the deadline for the application is the 17th of June, next week. It's pretty simple, so make sure you fill it. And good part is this particular degree is available even if you are possibly, there is no age limit to it, which works pretty well. So in case if you are looking at having a degree, you can, even at age of 40 or 45, you can still enroll for this particular program. So any parent looking at this, you can still apply. You can, while you're filling the form for the application form, you can just submit your scores, as we did speak about it in the last slide. You can submit your general test scores for CUET or JEE main score. In case if you don't have either of it, best thing is applying for their entrance test. And this particular entrance test, on a scale of easy to hard, it's going to be somewhere moderate to difficult. It will not be that difficult again, and you would be able to crack it. This is about the IIM Bangalore DBE. All the information or everything you need to know to understand what exactly the program is all about. Okay, because the program last year, it was launched last year, nobody knows as of now how exactly the delivery process is, because this program has a seat intake of 1,000 students, because it's an online program. Okay, so now let's get into the the reason or how the program is being delivered. However, I am sure a lot of you must be very inquisitive, because two of our students are from NMIMS, already pursuing their BBA. And this program allows you to kind of take a double degree. So let's understand how exactly the thought process came from. Okay, starting with you, ladies first, Suhani. Tell me, what was the idea? NMIMS BBA itself is a very rigorous program. Okay, you have made it further rigorous for yourself. What was the idea of opting for the Bangalore program? We want to understand why this decision you have taken.
Yeah, so my main idea was that I wanted to specialize in marketing. And as we know, NMIMS's BBA is much more focused towards finance. It is marketing oriented, but having a complete degree dedicated to digital marketing is always better. And apart from that, I wasn't able to crack IPMAT Indore and Rohtak. I went in the interview process, but I could not clear the second round. So I wanted to have, that IIM name in my resume. So I tried to like, why not do a digital degree in IIM? Get both the fruits from both angles.
That's pretty interesting. I mean, you wanted everything, and that's what you decided. Fantastic. I want to know your reasons, Rishit. What was your reasons?
Yeah, so IIM Bangalore's BBA program actually stood out when I was just applying to all the colleges. It wasn't just another BBA, it was a completely new way of looking at business education. I didn't want a program where I just studied their theory for 3 years. I wanted something bold, practical, and futuristic. This program contains digital skills, core business knowledge, and entrepreneurial thinking. Plus, the IIMB's legacy, the faculty which directly teaches the MBA students is also teaching us. And the immersive structure made it clear that this was the program I wanted.
Interesting, very interesting. It is kind of making me very curious, but I want to first understand what was the reason Dhruv had. Then I would actually, circle back to the questions which is going around, going in my mind right now. Yes, Dhruv, tell me what were your reasons?
So this is my primary degree. That is, I'm only pursuing this degree. So I did not opt for NMIMS. I did convert NMIMS, but I did not opt for it because I wanted to save some time on my traveling, which I could then use for my FRM and CFA. And this degree is also comparatively affordable. So those are my reasons, and also the flexibility that it offers. The lectures, it's all you can do it at your own pace, so it's perfect.
Fantastic. Okay. Uh, Tell me something. How easy is it? Because you are also managing through this particular question is for you. Okay. You said it's your primary degree. IIM Bangalore degree is your primary degree. Okay. But you are also managing CFA with it. You would be giving your attempt in August. How difficult it is? Is it a very rigorous program and how are you balancing it?
So a few courses are quite rigorous, like statistics and advanced statistics. So they are quite rigorous. You have to put in the work. You have to practice a lot of questions. But there are also a few easier courses like communications. So yeah, and the lectures are delivered. So we get recorded lectures, so we can view them at our own pace. So I allocate time in the morning and in the afternoon for my CFA, and during the night I give it to this Bangalore and any assignments and any pending stuff that I have. That's how I manage it.
Fantastic. Okay. Uh, Now you are able to manage it. Okay. Give me, I just want a clarity. Is it too rigorous? Ki ho jata
I think Rishit can better answer that.
hai? No, I would definitely be going back to Rishit and Suhani because they have double whammy with them. They have BBA from NMIMS, which is any which ways a very demanding and a rigorous program, but yes, have good output. So they have basically two programs which are complete brand. But what I want to understand from you is that, though it's a primary program, it is giving you that, that time which you can allot according to your convenience. Does it still you feel that too much on my plate, बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है, I need to kind of overwhelm हो रहा है?
It's definitely not like that. Like you do get time for your hobbies, your interests. You can still make time for all of that. It's not like सब अब खत्म अब खाली यही दो बैंगलोर और CFA खाली यही. It's not like that. You definitely get time to pursue your interest, but during the final exam week, you have to थोड़ा मेहनत करना पड़ता है.
मेहनत तो definitely I'm sure करना ही पड़ता है. Now, thank you so much for for answering that through because it definitely gave me a perspective. Now coming to my two warriors here who are right now managing their BBA with NMIMS and the Bangalore DBE. Rishit, Dhruv passed the buck to you. So I want to know from you, how is it working managing two good programs? I mean, you are, if it goes well, what I see that the output, what it would provide you would be fantastic. It will look amazing on resume. On paper, बहुत बढ़िया लगेगा. IIM Bangalore से DBE plus NMIMS Mumbai से BBA. Okay, मेरे को बताओ, how exactly is it working?
Well, as Dhruv was suggesting, it becomes tough, especially near the end sims, because our end sims are at offline centers, just like entrance tests. And it's like battling a different thing every day at every different hour. So in the morning, during the first year at NMIMS, we had afternoon college, and so in the morning I have to complete some uh, internal tests or some project, and then move to NMIMS and then do their projects and their presentations. It used to keep me busy every day throughout my day. I did not used to get much time to spend. So I'll say that because it takes your time. IIM Bangalore and NMIMS are very rigorous. They are not going to leave you just like that. Now, right now, I just had a brief vacation, but now I have nothing to do other than be productive and build new skills, go for some certifications. So don't expect an easy life, especially when you're doing both the degrees.
Okay, so clearly, I mean, easy, अगर कोई बोल भी रहा है, तो they really need to kind of get the facts check. It would not be easy. Definitely, the decision itself taken is a real, बहुत ही सोचा समझा हुआ move है ये clearly. Okay. Uh, Thank you. Got a good perspective. Now I want to understand, Suhani. What was your reason? How is it? How exactly the whole, two program dealing with two program, doing to you?
Like it is tough. You need to like manage your time well. Like personally with NMIMS, like Rishit said, it was after college for the first year. So my routine was completely opposite. I used to do IMB in the night and NMIMS in the morning. And but if you like do it regularly, week by week, like each and every day you're giving like 1 or 2 hours to IM, then it's manageable. You can also do extracurricular activities for your primary degree with NMIMS. So it's just like you need to have a good schedule, you need to be disciplined, and then it's okay, it's doable. End terms are a bit tough, but like you can do it.
Okay, it is manageable. So I think we came to the conclusion. तो इस बात का हम लोगों को पता चल चुका है कि इतना इतना भी ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट नहीं है. मैनेजेबल है. सिर्फ एग्जाम टाइम्स पे you will have to give rather than 100 possibly a little 200%, but yes, manage हो जाएगा. Somebody just asked us that what are the number of hours you put to chip in terms of the Bangalore program, कि Bangalore का program करने के लिए कितने घंटे required हैं. So as the students said, it's around 2 to 3 hours a day. So just 2 से 3 घंटे, and then they are saying it's manageable. But again, to each its own. Everyone has a different learning curve, and according to that, it might be differing for you. Okay. So what I want to understand from you, Suhani, is this program? I'm sure NMIMS program is very hands-on. But what about this? Is it very academically oriented? बहुत पढ़ाई है कि बहुत hands-on program है where you are learning the more practical aspect of the management and the digital and the entrepreneurial, side of it.
I will say that it is much more application-based program. We have theory, but it's like not too much. A lot of our projects are in the real life scenario, especially in the second semester. We had like projects like the 250 rupees venture in which we basically had to create a small business, run it for like a day or 30 hours or something, and then you basically need to file a report on how the business is, how you run the business, what was the investment and everything. And then we have web development and learning various coding and digital skills. So in NMIMS, what you will see is that it is much more theoretical in nature, especially the first year. Later on the second and third year, they will start introducing practical examples. But IIM, it's from the start only, it is much more application based. They want you to go out in the real world and apply those skills, learn it at the beginning only so that you become proficient in it in the future.
Great. So it's something which is more on the practical aspect.
Yeah.
Okay. Rishabh, this particular question is for you. Okay. It's the first year, right? The first year, the program which is launched, what exactly was the subjects you guys, you all have learned? If both of you, Suhani and Dhruv, would like to chip in to this particular question, in case if he misses out on this, please do. So, Rishabh, let us know what subjects you learned, or
Okay.
topics, whatever you call it.
Okay. So some of our favorite subjects are regarding design thinking and innovation. Where it was our best subject until now. Even the professor was really, really good. I think Dr. Pawan Soni was our professor regarding design thinking, and he'll again come again in this semester, I guess. So that's one very important and not very common in at least BBA colleges. Next is the finance subject, not accounting, but finance. And now we have management accounting, which is very, very important. And it also includes the cost accounting part. So it is a core subject for finance side. Coming to the marketing side, we had normal marketing subject. I think it is the most favorite subject of our entire batch because we all aced it, I guess. And yeah, so marketing, and now we also had web development, as Suhani stated. We had project-based subjects like rupees 250 venture. So these are the key subjects, and I think these are something you will definitely enjoy. But one most important subject was business statistics. We had it in the first semester, and I think most of us have messed it up. I and Drew, I think, I'm not sure about others, but yeah, at least I cleared it very well. And I'm sure that many of us could have done it better. And then again in the second semester we had advanced statistics, which again took a toll on all of us. So yeah.
Okay. It looks like a good laundry list. Has he missed anything, Suhani, Dhruv?
I think you just missed one subject, the Indian knowledge system. So that basically covers the history of the Indian culture, and also I think microeconomics. That is also there.
Yeah.
Okay. In 1 year, you are learning web development, you're doing microeconomics, you are doing Indian culture, you are doing statistics, accounting, communication aspect as well. So it
Yes.
is everything what ideally would help you to develop your personality or skills. Okay, very interesting. Now, I want to understand when it comes to the academic aspect is concerned. Okay, uh, how much of emphasis is put up on innovation because Bangalore stands for it. Okay, Bangalore as a institute has its name attached to innovation or possibly startup incubation. So I want to understand how much of your curriculum is emphasizing on the innovation design thinking or the startup incubation. Dhruv, if you would possibly want to answer this question.
And so first of all, we have complete courses on entrepreneurship and creativity, as Rishit said. And the what it teaches is also quite practical and really entrepreneurial. Like take web development for example. The final assignment was to make a website for an actual business. So that was 80% of a grade for that subject. And I think a few of our peers have been incubated by the NSRCN, which is the IIM Bangalore's incubator. So that's definitely there. So a lot of emphasis is based on the entrepreneurship part as well.
Interesting, and that's really good. But one thing which, I am sure a lot of participants or the students who have joined the program for, with the hope that they interact with the faculty who is also involved in the PGP and the MBA, delivery program. So do you get that opportunity, Suhani, of interacting with those professors?
Yeah, like they are hosting a lot of events for faculty student interaction. Like recently, there was in Mumbai, in NIFT Mumbai, they had an event in which a lot of students went and interacted with the faculty. I personally wasn't able to go. And I think they're planning one in Delhi. I think Delhi one happened recently, and one in Bangalore, in which a lot of people went. And there also have been a lot of invitations for fests which happen in the IIM Bangalore campus. So we as students can actually go over there, enjoy the fest, can also participate in them. So that is how they're basically encouraging interaction, bringing various students together. And even in end terms, you basically meet your batch members. That is where the core interaction happens.
So the peer learning is there, right? Because the first 3 years of your degree college, the peer learning kind of really is at its peak. You learn a lot from your peer group who actually kind of be with you throughout your life, but that becomes your core. So you are saying that this is definitely because of the immersive, because of this exchange, it's still there. You are still able to interact. Fantastic. Okay. My question now is more on the aspect of the batch. Okay, IIM Bangalore, when they launched the program, I remember having a conversation with Professor Suresh Bhagwatula, and he mentioned that it's the 1,000 seats which is available for the program. Okay, I want to understand, Rishit, from you, how many students are there for this particular program who have enrolled or taken admission to?
Well, our batch approximately consists of 1,000 students, as he has mentioned, perfect around 1,000. And it is a very diverse group of people. So by diverse, I mean people from various age ranges and various occupations have joined us. People from their 40s are batchmates. And it was difficult for us to believe, but now we have made peace with it and we enjoy their company. We even meet some people at our test centers who are in their 40s or 50s. Some of them are business owners, well-established businesses, and some of them are having startups. All of them are working some or the other place, and they are developing themselves, their profession, and that is what encourages us to also be on the higher note.
Now, this was something which really kind of got me when we had a conversation last time, Rishit. And somebody, in the chat box have actually asked a question. Is having a primary program from pursuing IIM BBA without pursuing another degree, is it worth it? Okay. Is it a good idea? With the conversation which I'm having with these students, I would say, why not? See, it cannot, if you have that liberty of doing the program from IIM Bangalore itself, where you are actually covering everything what is required for your personality or your skill development, it is still giving you the degree you need post 3 years, which is making you job viable. Why not? As a Bangalore brand on your resume, it only stands out. But one thing which really works well with this program is that it still allows you to pursue something else, something which would only kind of increase the value and kind of develop you further. Okay, so I think I answered that question there. Now, I want to understand. I think it's something which even, we got a question just now about the same. How is this particular program delivered? Dhruv, if you would like to take this up and explain to us what happens when it comes to the delivery of the program.
Right. So in one term, we have around 6 to 8 courses. The courses are of two types, the 3 credits or 1.5 credits. The 3 credit courses have 8 modules, and the 1.5 credit courses have 4 modules. And the lectures are delivered in an asynchronous manner. So they are just given to you, and you can view them at your own convenience. There are 2 live sessions with the faculty every week, and the lectures every week you get around 3 modules. So two from one subject and one from another subject. So in this manner, the courses are delivered. Regarding the midterms, there is something called continuous learning assessment. When that is the test regarding each module. So after each module, there is a continuous learning assessment. They give you a deadline. You have to complete that assessment before the deadline. There are midterms for the big courses of 8 modules. After every 4 module, you have to give a midterm. That is also online. And the final exam is at center. And you have to give 3 exams in one day, 3 exams in next day, and complete it off in 2 days. That's how the delivery takes place.
Okay, so the exams are still there. And this particular exams are again online, or you have to go on a center with a paper pen. How exactly the exams are conducted?
The final exams are conducted at a center similar to the entrance examinations, but the midterms and the continuous learning assessments they take place online, and they're also asynchronous so you can give them anytime you want before the deadline.
Interesting. When it comes to the delivery of the program, now this is a very interesting question asked by someone. Uh, is there enough opportunity for participation with 1,000 students? Even I wanted to ask that. Do you get enough, space, or is it there is an attention in terms of, let's say 2 sessions with the professor? Rishit, you have answered this particular question. 2 sessions with the professor, is it enough for you as a student to understand and to get that participation in the class?
See, during the online sessions, the live faculty sessions and sessions with junior faculty, which don't directly teach us but help us solve our doubts, majorly that is their program, that is their work to help us go through the program very well. So during these sessions, we do get enough time and opportunities to engage with the faculty and ask our doubts openly. And there is no shame in asking doubts. No one will be shaming you over there. People will genuinely pay heed to your question and be interested in listening to that answer. And our professors have never ever undermined any student's question. So you will definitely enjoy it.
And you find the professors being approachable, open, and helpful.
Very much. In fact, you should see the humor of our professors. We had sessions with him during our Unmad event. It was an annual fest of IIM Bangalore. We went to the campus for 3 to 4 days for that time, stayed there. And during that course of time, it was almost the first campus session for BBA DBE students. So at that time, our professors engaged with us in person. All the BBA DBE students were openly invited to an auditorium kind of setting where everyone was seated in AC room and all those fancy things. And he asked everyone what were the challenges they faced. He was very open to suggestions and very open to new ideas to help us solve our problems. And he was also involving other professors. Suresh sir also involved other professors where students might be facing some difficulties, especially as I mentioned, statistics. Many people could not clear it in the first attempt. So he brought that faculty to that session. We spoke with him for almost an hour, and it was a fun time, and it also helped us solve our challenges. So I don't think there is any problem with the faculty or any problem with the engagement of the faculty.
Great. I think this kind of clears that, IIM Bangalore stands with, the brand and making sure that you get the support, what you need to upskill yourself. But one question I have, I think, Suhani, if you can take this up, tell me when it comes to having a class where you have students coming from all age groups. Okay, because as Rishit mentioned, that you have somebody 50 years and 45 years, what are the learnings you are taking from your peers?
So, what they have basically done is that since we have like 1,000 students in the entire batch, they have divided into 4 zones: North Zone, East Zone, West Zone, and South Zone. So, they are, which is basically according to the region. So, we are mainly in the West Zone too, since West Zone, a lot of people are from West Zone, so we have 2 zones over there. And in that, I believe we have one individual who runs a business. I personally wasn't able to, not able to contact with him that well, but the interaction as well, especially if you have reduced the batch to from about 1,000 to let's say 50, 100 students, so you're better able to communicate as well as interact with other individuals. You can also form your groups, solve doubts. So there's class participation over there. You actually have people through which you can basically share stuff. You're not understanding something, you can ask on those groups. And one more thing that they have done is that they have created learning pods, which basically consist of about 5 to 6 people, which are basically formed into a group, which is for team projects or doubt solving or basically interacting with students from different zones, not only your own zone. So this is how they have basically done to encourage interaction with people from the North Zone or the South Zone, people you don't usually interact, especially in an online degree. So that is how they have basically increased participation.
Great. Uh, Dhruv, Rishit, would you like to kind of give any your inputs when it comes to the peer learning when you have a variety, in your class with as your, peer, a 40, 45-year-old student with you?
Right. So there is definitely a lot of peer learning. As Swani said, so the batch is divided into zones, 8 zones in total. So the zones are quite active every day. People ask doubts and the people answer them. And also sometimes there is just some casual banter going on. Someone is being made fun of, it's normal, healthy fun. So yeah, that's definitely there in this course.
Great. Rishit, would you like to add something to that?
Not really, but the peers are really close to me, at least at Mumbai's test center where I generally go for my tests and sims. So there we have a really, really nice network of friends over there. We just meet at the test centers, but still we are very close to each other at this point of time, especially during the exams, because at that time everyone is helping each other and nobody's backstabbing there. I think that is a really, really good thing. I was literally learning some parts of the Indian knowledge system subject from a friend. He was teaching like four other friends like me, and we were literally learning some parts from him. So peer learning is definitely there.
Peer learning definitely is there, which really works and works wonders for any degree or any program you would do. You learn a lot from your peer, and that's what exactly happens. Okay. Now, what I am very keen to understand is in terms of your campus. See, there's no campus because the program is delivered online. Okay, but definitely there is a student life where I want to understand when it comes to the immersive. You mentioned in a year, Rishit, you mentioned that you went to the campus once. Okay, apart from that, what arrangements or what are the number of immersives which IIM Bangalore have arranged to make sure that there is a connect with, the peer connect maintains or they are able to communicate with you?
Okay. So far, we have had five opportunities to meet our peers in person. The first one was during our first NSEM. All right. And then after the first NSEM, we had this engaging session with the alumni and other faculty members at NIFT Mumbai campus, where people from around West Zone, that is Mumbai, Gujarat, came over there to specially meet the peers and the faculty and the alumni, where key sessions were delivered. This happened in February. And after that, in February itself, there was Unmad Fest, that is IIM Bangalore's annual fest, one of the largest fests. And I think Dhruv was there with me. We spent around 3 to 4 days over there. We enjoyed it thoroughly. I even participated in some competition. And yeah, so it is engaging at that point, and then we came back. So after that, we had another NSEM in May. Right after the NSEM, we had a campus immersion properly, exclusively for the BBA DBE students for around 2 days, I think. But I could not make it due to the end terms at NMIMS.
Okay, but it looks like that in a year, even five immersives is pretty decent considering the kind of brand you are associating yourself with the kind of fees you're paying for it, and the kind of quality education you are getting out of it. Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, I'd like to add to it. So they have not been like they've spent the money really well, I think. Even on smallest of the immersions opportunities we had, they went full on. They gave us really I'm going to say about it, but they gave us really good food at every opportunity they could. When we were at the Unmad event, it was actually for all the students, open to everyone. But at that time, Suresh sir and some other people in the team organized free lunches for us, free buffet lunches for us over there, and we were really delighted to have it. I'm thankful to him because it was really good food, and we also had got an opportunity to speak with founders at NSR Cell over there. So it is the best thing I had.
Amazing. So, Hani, Dhruv, anything you would like to add to that? Okay, now I have questions. Now let's take questions because I think I've got a good answers for the program. Now let's talk about CATs for doing MBA. So one of the students have asked us if the students, you guys are getting time to prepare for CATs. So either of you, Suhani, Rishit, Dhruv, either of you are planning to prepare for CAT? Any planning to appear for CAT possibly 3 years from now? I think 27.
I think
Uh,
every one of us will definitely try. It's at least worth the try. Everyone will, at least I will definitely give a shot at CAT. And yeah, after graduation, definitely.
After graduation. So, Akshat, I think you got your answer when they already have two things, they're balancing two degrees. After graduation is when they would kind of get time to prepare for CAT. Uh, Now, this is a very interesting question. So, you have taken a decision of taking degree. I think, Subhani, Rishit, this would be for you. So you have taken the decision of taking degree with NMIMS simultaneously with IIM Bangalore. So alongside with IIM Bangalore, what other institution do you think is the best to attend and obtain a degree from other than NMIMS?
I think any institution, you can do it with Christ, you can do it with Symbiosis, anything. Basically depends on what you actually want from the other university that you want to be your primary degree, or you can do it like, yeah, any institute is fine.
Yeah, in my personal opinion, I think NMIMS, Symbiosis, Christ, these three are the good BBA colleges, and I don't really find many differences amongst them. So I chose the one near my house, and Mumbai is definitely worth living in. I love the city, so I'm going to always go for Mumbai.
Absolutely. Now, a lot of you are asking, as in, what would be the other institutions you can join? So I'll tell you something. If you are in a situation where you're not really able to get, a good college or a program of your choice, it can happen to students. Okay, if that is the situation, then this particular degree can also work as a backup. You can always make sure that you possibly enroll yourself in a good college, which will give you even a BCom, but with that, you can always take this particular degree. It kind of enhances your overall profile and the learnings will still be coming in. Okay, so as a secondary degree or as a primary degree, either ways, Bangalore, BBA, DBE, anytime stands out. Okay, that is something which is now confirmed. Now, let's have take up another question. What are the topics that IIM DBE entrance test has? Okay, so this particular entrance test, which is IIM Bangalore BBA DBE entrance test, has two sections. First section is the verbal ability, and the second section is the quant, which is quantitative ability. 100 questions would be there, and it will be 100. It's going to be logical reasoning as well, and there will be general knowledge as well. So it's quant, verbal ability, logical reasoning, general knowledge, and it will not be 100 but 60 questions. Apologies on that. 60 questions, and it's going to be a 90 minutes paper, plus one and zero would be the marking scheme which would be there. Okay, so that's how the entrance test would be conducted. If you have CUET scores, you can use them in the application form. If you have JE scores, you can use them. But if you have none of these, you can always go for the entrance test. Okay. Is there any kind of hard copies which are provided to you, Dhruv? Any material which is given, or even the material is online?
You do get all the hard copy materials for each of the courses that you are currently doing in the term. So we got 6 books in first semester, and I think 7 books for second semester, and the third semester books are yet to come.
Okay. So books are definitely a part of, the whole curriculum, what they offer. Fantastic. I think we have answered all the questions which you guys have asked. Uh, we have one more question. While taking IIM Bangalore online classes, is it necessary to pursue a degree only in BBA in institutions like NMIMS, or can we pursue fashion designing course in NIFT as well? Okay, there is no compulsion that this particular course can only be pursued with a BBA degree. You can do fashion designing, you can do, normal designing, you can possibly do a BA, you can do BCom, you can do any degree. Instead, if you want to pursue only this program as a primary program, you can even do that. So IIM Bangalore have not laid down any conditions on that. So it is completely based on student to student, whatever works for you. If you can manage to, juggle between two rigorous programs the way Suhani and Rishit are doing, or, keep this as a primary program the way Dhruv is doing, you have that option open. It's a completely decision. The ball is in your court. Let me put it in a very simple manner. Okay. And with this, we have answered all the questions. In case anyone on, even on, people watching us on YouTube have questions, please update them, or, just put it on the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer that for you. We have answered a lot of questions. It is definitely giving me a good clarity, Dhruv, Rishit, and Suhani. In case of a student asking, if they have the appetite of learning and they can manage, because I'll be very honest with you, audience who are listening to us right now on YouTube as well. While I was interacting for this particular program, I was trying to connect with students. I connected with a lot of students, just to give you, and I'm telling this to you just to give you a real picture. Okay. I interacted with a lot of students who very, very clearly mentioned that, ma'am, it is difficult for us. We are having a difficult time managing it. They were accepting it, very truthfully. I don't want to portray any rosy picture here. These three students definitely have the appetite of learning. They have the zeal to learn and kind of go ahead. So if you have that appetite of learning and managing both the programs, then you can definitely go ahead and do it. Or else you can use it as a primary program and do it online, and then possibly use the spare time for developing any other skill of your choice, which you really want to work on. There would still not be any kind of harm to that. You can still do that. Okay. We have questions coming in. This course to be studied for entrance exam is for IMS modules. Once, yes, IMS provides you with these modules which we spoke about, which is general knowledge, LR, which is logical reasoning, quant, and verbal. The test is already available on the IMS portal. So in case if you want to even attempt these sim tests, you can go ahead and do that. And students who are right now listening and are not enrolled with IMS, don't worry, you guys can also appear and attempt these tests. You just need to take the test series. You can go on the IMS website and the test series is available. You can practice and prepare for the entrance test. One just asking, so it is very much similar to NPAT, right? If we have to look at NPAT doesn't have GK, but yeah, it's almost similar to NPAT. NPAT, if you see, they have 120 questions. IIM Bangalore is only asking you 60. So section wise, a little, there is an additional, section and lesser number of questions. Let's see what other questions we are getting. So just to repeat myself, if you are planning to appear for the entrance test and don't really know where to start, you can always take the test series, which is available on the IMS website, and you can practice with it. You will be prepared. All right. Now, with this, I can see that we have answered all the questions. Thank you, everyone. If you all have any further questions, please, you can ask right now, or else we will take a leave for the day, and we will join again. I will see you again with another session. Do let us know which institute you want the students to come. I am considering, speaking to Jai Hind students for their BMS program, or let's say possibly Nirma for the IPM program. So if you are looking at anything of that sort, please do, let us know in the comment section, and let us know what students, whom you want to know, what program you want to know more about. And we will make sure that we come again with those students and we provide you with more details. Okay, Anish is asking on YouTube, what will be the competition here? Not too sure, Anish, what you mean by the competition. Are you asking the entrance? If वही आप पूछ रहे हो, तो entrance will be this year. That means the entrance test will be done this year in the month of July. That's when the entrance test will be. Okay, and everyone interested, if you find this particular session helpful and you want to apply for the program, 17th of June is the deadline. Okay, make sure that you guys are applying for this program so you can appear for the entrance test and take the admission for it. There is no PI. It's straight based on your merit. So take and make the best out of it. Okay. All right, then. With this, I just want to thank you, Rishit, Suhani, and Dhruv, for joining the session. Thank you so much, all three of you, for taking out time and doing this session for us. And all the best for for this particular program. I'll be in touch with you. I want to see how well you guys are managing this.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And to all of you who are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much for joining in, and all the best. Bye bye.